go ahead.
All right, welcome everyone. It is the regular city council meeting for Monday, April 22nd, 2024. We'll call the meeting to order. We'd all stand up and say the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I have roll call, please, Tracy?
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
JT Thompson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yeah.
Dylan Meyer.
Yes. Okay, number 4, approval of the agenda. Any questions, concerns with anything on there?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda that was submitted.
Second. Roll call, please.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
JT Thompson.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Dylan Meyer.
Yes. Okay, number 5, we can skip. Number 6, the consent agenda. Again, questions, comments, concerns with anything regarding that? I think everything was pretty straightforward, so the building permit was marked off.
I see that was signed, so no issues.
Yeah, you're signing that off, so. I guess the agent report is on there. So I had reached out to Cheryl last week. It's been a while since we had kind of been getting that. I know for some of the other council members, we used to get that, pretty much every month. And then kind of as we were going through the transition with Cheryl and Teresa, that we just kind of got lost a little bit. So I asked Cheryl to kind of start putting that back on there again. So it just helps us kind of stay up to date on what's going on, what we're behind. So just for anybody, these are the agent report is for the utility bills basically. So it just kind of gives us a little feedback on what's going on, and so I guess if anybody has any questions with anything on there, I know.
So these are bills that are due to us?
Correct.
Well, yeah, and Tracy can answer better than I can, but.
So basically, not like the front page, but the ones after where it has customer number, that's everybody's account and their balance. If it's a negative behind it, it means they have a credit on their account. Most of the people that are in your 90-day column are like payment agreements. Like we've talked to them already and set up payment agreements to get the money collected. It's just gonna be over 6 to 12 month time frame.
So we had one that had been a rental property where the people moved out and we got stuck with a substantial amount, correct?
Correct.
Is
And
that-
those
is
we
that on here?
usually, no, these are only current active accounts.
Okay.
Those people, we try to submit to the state set-off program where they garnish their, like if they get a tax refund, we try to collect from those.
So that came to, tuition, I heard about that, and that's, I guess there's not a lot we can do about that. I mean, you really can't, I don't think you can go back on the,
The landlord.
property owner, can you? No. So, it'll come back in, I guess, other things we're talking about, But
Yeah.
anyway, I think we can talk more about it when we get down the agenda here
Yeah.
too, but I think it's time, and we talked about this before, but when we are able to, obviously people have to have heat, things to do, I understand that and agree, but when it comes time to, when you get to a certain amount, I think we need to be proactive, we all pay our bills here every month, so I think it's time we need to shut it down, and if they get caught up, great, let's get back at it again. Right.
Yeah, and thankfully, we only have, honestly, out of all the customers that we have, we really only have a handful that are, kind of.
I know some of them have already been paid since this report too.
Okay.
One that's bothered me is when we have rental properties and we have people
That just hightail it.
split on us and that leave us with that burden.
Thinking most of these that are your higher ones are not rentals.
Or not rentals. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that, I just seen that in the.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah. So, okay, with that then, unless there's anything else, any other discussion needed, I'll ask for a motion, for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second,
Second.
roll call please.
Dylan Meyer.
Yep.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, number 7, public hearing for the 2024-2025 budget adoption. So I will ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
Make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second,
Second.
and roll call please.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Dylan Meyer.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yeah.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Okay. There's nobody here in the gallery, crowd, whatever you want to call it, seating area. So have you guys had?
We didn't get any comments or any calls about it either, so.
Okay. That'll conclude that, so, okay. I will ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second,
Second.
roll call please.
Dylan Meyer.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Number 8, ordinance 2024-01, an ordinance to amend section 1-3-2 to permit bringing municipal infractions on simple notice. Approval to waive the second reading and approve the third and final reading. So again, we kind of touched on this the last couple meetings, and so we're gonna waive the second reading and just approve the third reading so we can get Chad the green light to start
Tickets will be in this week.
making his life easier. Say that again?
The forms, citations will be in this week.
Okay, perfect. Good deal, good time. Okay, so unless there's any more discussion needed on that,
Oh, I'm for it.
okay, so we'll ask for a motion to approve the third and final reading.
I'll make a motion to approve the third and final reading of ordinance 2024-01.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call please.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Dylan Meyer.
Yes. Okay, number 9, resolution 2023-27, the collection of payment for city costs to abate nuisances and enforce ordinances. Consider approval to file a lien on property taxes with Jackson County Treasurer for unpaid utilities in the amount of $2,869.89 for property located at 41 South Stevens Street. So again, this was kind of the same thing we were just talking about shortly ago. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and Tracy can probably touch on this a little bit too, but this is probably the best way of going about getting paid on
And
these.
she was they were on a payment agreement,
Were
and she
they?
called us and
Okay.
said she's in the process of trying to sell it. And
Okay.
when she sells it, she'd get us the money, so this is basically in place of a promise, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay,
It's how we decided to do it, cause then we were guaranteed to get her.
gotcha, okay.
Are we still offering utilities then?
Right now, yes.
And why don't we shut them off? And if we just have a lien, they just continue to grow.
She has made, we figure she has made one payment, and we have their deposit yet, that we would cover enough for the month till the property is sold by the day she told us.
The deposit would cover this cost?
No. But that's why we're putting the lien,
What does it grow monthly roughly?
probably $300, 400 at the highest.
Do we have a standard, like, and I know in winter and stuff, you can't do something.
Correct.
If
There's like a
people get
time
behind, I
frame.
mean, do we go give out notices and shut? So that does happen.
You put interest on this money or not?
You there is late fees on it,
Okay.
on the utility bill
Gotcha.
already, every month.
Let's just say it's 400, so it's, you know, 7 months behind then, roughly.
I guess that's a council decision on if, they want to take that action.
Well, I think there should be a policy on it, or what is the?
For sure.
I don't
Assuming
think
there
this
is.
I don't think this is a council thing, I think this is something that the city needs to, when people are behind, or how far behind. Sounds like there's an agreement with this, like making payments or something. And we gotta work with people, I totally get that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does come to a point where we need to, you know,
And we've discussed this before, and I think there is something out there.
There's an ordinance.
Yeah, and I wonder what it says, you know, because we should follow it.
yeah, maybe that's something that,
Because you can't have it case by case, it just needs to be a set standard, set of rules.
Right.
You know?
unless they make arrangements or whatever, but.
Yeah, and I don't know the ordinances on like the back of my hand, but I'm fairly confident there is an ordinance regarding utilities and.
If there's not an ordinance, there should be at least some type of, I would say, policy in utilities somewhere that the city guys will look at or run.
Say,
I don't know, maybe have Eric look into that or
Yeah, we can look it
for
up.
future issues.
Yeah, come back to us next meeting, let's discuss it more and find out what it is and, you know, what our standard has been.
Yeah, if there's not one, then I think we need to make one and give guidance to the city of what we should do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think typically, I don't wanna speak for Tracy or Cheryl, so butt in if I'm speaking out of turn, but I think they try to work with people and give them, give them the benefit of the doubt and,
Oh, yeah.
so I think that's probably your typical line of
Yeah.
trying to, solve the situation.
But I think when it gets to the point,
But-
I completely agree, but when it gets to the point that you're gonna put a lien on it, by then
Right.
it's probably time to talk about shutting the utilities off.
I don't disagree with that.
You know, I agree we should always work with people and give them, and work with payment plans and stuff like that, but, yeah, but now we're at the point where we're applying a lien to it, so you want the money back, so why keep allowing it to go on?
Yeah. Yeah, let's table this and then let's touch on it again, the next meeting.
So we're not gonna,
I think we should.
cause if you
Well-
don't approve this, it's not gonna happen before the
Okay.
house gets sold.
Okay, good point. Okay, so let's approve this, but then I guess let's,
I think we need to have further discussion.
Yeah, we need to
Whatever
letter
else
it.
we talked
She
about.
said mid-May, so.
okay.
I guess I'm in favor of the rest to do this resolution, but
Right.
then next meeting or one of these meetings have a little bit deeper, I guess find out what.
Find
the
the ordinance.
Ordinance or
Yeah.
policy where we got, and then see if the council has any direction for the city. That's something,
Yeah.
or we keep it the way it is, and let the city hall girls deal with as much as possible. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
That's what I was
think
thinking.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I think that's good enough. Yeah. So, okay, so, I'll ask for a motion to approve that resolution, and then we'll, like JT said, we'll put it back on next month's agenda, kind of look a little bit deeper into that, so we can know exactly what's going on there, so. So I will ask for a motion to approve resolution 2023-27.
I will make a motion to approve resolution 2023-27 as presented.
Second,
I'll second.
and roll call, please.
Dylan Meyer,
Yes.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
JD Thompson.
Yes.
Matt Jordan.
Okay, number 10, resolution 2023-28, American Rescue Plan Act allocation of funds. Consider approval of obligating the funds. So we've talked about this a handful of different times. I mean, this is just basically the legality to put it in writing, so everybody, and that way, I think the funds can then.
It's due the end of this
Yeah,
month.
yeah.
We come up with the funds for the other part to satisfy that,
Or, say that again.
for, if we did, I think this would be a good place to try to get that from.
Yeah, I think Cheryl was going to.
I think she took care of that.
Yeah.
That's handled, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I haven't heard any more about it, so I'm assuming that's kind of handled the way we talked about it the last time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we had a deadline of when we needed to have this money allocated by, so this is just making sure that we meet that deadline.
I'm good with it.
When does this get paid out, I guess, or when does this get used by? I only ask because on the fire department side.
I
it
think
has
you
been brought
have
up.
until 2026 or 20.
26 sounds right.
I
But-
think it
but
is,
as far
but
as-
we had to like say this is where the money's going by
Right.
April 30th.
For sure, but
Yeah.
could be used if this gets approved
Correct.
immediately.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It'll go.
Not that we would have to wait until
No.
next
No.
fiscal year or something
No.
like that, okay.
No, it's in our possession, so.
Well-
You have stuff allotted for it.
Yeah, we've been kind of waiting to see what this was gonna do, so.
Yeah, yeah, this is making it so we can get that done, get money distributed, basically.
Perfect.
Yeah, unless there's any discussion needed on any of this. Yeah, on the last page, you'll see kind of where there's a breakdown of where it all got distributed.
the town hall,
Mhm. Yep.
city hall, fire department. I think that spreads some money around. The town hall was a good spot,
Yes, it was,
Mhm.
yeah, very much so,
yeah.
yeah, that came in handy. Okay, I'll ask for a motion to approve that resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-28, the American Rescue Plan Action Allocation of Funds.
Second,
Second.
roll call please.
J.T. Thompson?
Yes.
Adam Ryder?
Yes.
Matt Girardi?
Yeah.
Matt Peterson? Dylan
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Number 11, resolution 2023-29, approve adoption of budget and certification of city taxes for fiscal year 2024 and 25. So again, this is just kind of a formality as far as getting the budget adopted.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-29. Approval adoption of the budget and certification of city taxes for 2024 to 2025.
Second,
Second.
roll call please.
Dylan Meyer?
Yes.
Adam Ryder?
Yes.
J.D. Thompson?
Yes.
Matt Peterson?
Yes.
Matt Girardi?
Yeah.
Okay, number 12, fire alarm monitoring system. Discuss and consider approving quote for fire alarm monitoring. So there's a couple of quotes in your packet here. I guess Tracy, I'll let you
Well,
kind
she
of.
said Johnson Controls, even though, we had theirs, just to, use the same panel and connect it to the dialer is still cheaper than going with Permar, because with Permar, we have to install all new fire alarms, smoke alarms, and
Okay,
all that into the building, so that's why their quote is a lot higher now than trying to go with the existing panel we have.
those PSA charges that are on that second sheet, would that be, is that just like a payment plan? Or is that
That's what it looks like to me.
I don't know if that was like a monthly, or like a
Every-
yearly due, or,
Year we pay that much?
30 year.
That's what I'm reading.
That was my question too.
Cause it goes from April of 24 to March of 25.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
we have
I'm
this-
guessing
we have
that's
this
the
initial-
yearly fee,
Initial roughly $5,000
initial
cost. And
paid, yeah, price and the tax. And then yearly
Yearly
fee of
fees.
that amount.
Does that include, I feel like per Mars, you know, the guy has firearm inspection, so is this an inspections and everything included in that cost, everything? I would assume it is, but I hate to assume.
Yeah, I would assume probably like twice a year, maybe they would
Come on,
This
check
is-
everything
Yeah.
and functionality and.
It doesn't-
It says all
Listen to
tested.
say Is that an every year thing, or is that just 5 years to pay off the total
It looks like it's a 5-year, like,
payoff?
I'm gonna guess that's what the service costs every year for 5 years.
Yeah, my guess is that base cost is probably based off of agreeing to basically a
Yeah.
5-year commitment to them.
Well, it says on the quote,
Yeah, it says-
exclude the
Yeah.
following.
Yeah. After hours, weekends, holiday.
But I take it that's for the $4,700 though, plus taxes, that's what I get out of that.
I'm guessing
This
that's
is
what.
a service solution, so this, to me, that's, the next page.
That's,
is
that's an additional.
An
It is
additional.
additional above and beyond their
Right.
service.
Oh.
Yeah, cause that only comes up to $4,300
Exactly.
all
Yeah.
these totals over the next.
This is, the first page is the quote for the dialer,
Okay.
and then the second page is like their service agreement.
Gotcha, okay.
I don't quite, I'd like to know what the services include.
Yeah, it would be nice to have that spelled out as far
Yeah.
as what that gets us.
You know, 'cause if
Because,
you
yeah,
look at
Permar
you
might
look
be
at the
more
service summary on
expensive.
Permar, it's,
It's not gonna take that many, take
Minuscule.
8 years, and it'll be 8.
yeah,
Or they come in to do this and like, well, we're gonna replace this and this and this, and it's like, well, Permar's gonna update it right away.
exactly.
We can just table that till the next meeting and find out what.
I wonder, I mean, do we wanna proceed with getting the, I don't know if we'd have to commit to the service agreement now, or, I mean, obviously we need to get the equipment in place so that it's, monitoring like it should be.
Yeah, my only fear with that is, okay, so you pay the $4,700 to get it, the dialer on, and get it all equipped, and then we don't end up going with Johnson Controls.
True.
It's all,
True.
then Permar's gotta come in and completely
Yep.
change to their
Point.
system. That's my only fear
I hate
with
to keep
that.
pushing it off.
I know,
Right,
there's two.
yeah.
But I agree, if you do that, you know, for 5 years you got, I mean, I guess it's gonna take you 15 years to pay, to do equal this cost, but, you
Mhm.
know,
Cause on Permar's, it's only $30 a month, once you pay the 14.
plus the 38, and I wonder if it's 60.
That's a yearly, oh, then the 62, okay,
Yeah.
so you gotta add that up.
And those are, that's a month,
Yeah.
so if you take the 68,
Permar's $130 a month and Johnson Controls is $72.
is that what it is?
Say that again?
$71 for Johnson Controls per month, the 862 divided by 12. And then if you take the service summary for Permar is $130 a month.
Oh, okay.
So you're paying 60 more a month for, and I guess it depends on what they're covering. for-
Service.
That's just it, yeah, it's an apples to apples.
Yeah, because I could see the show, well, this wasn't on the service contract.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know, yeah, just what that service solution is. And have they been here to look at the system, Johnson Controls, then, and know,
Yes.
okay, so that $4,700 should be accurate then?
They've both been here.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, well, let's table this until we can get a little bit more information on it, so everybody can feel comfortable on what they're approving. Okay, save that for next meeting. Okay, 13 13, discussion on lot sizes for the McNeil subdivision. So I had Cheryl put this on, and I've kind of talked to some of you guys, I guess, on council. Just on the McNeil lots, and nothing's been set in stone up there except for those two very first lots. I guess just kind of going through, from my end of it, you know, going through the building process and trying to get that all worked out. We're having issues with setbacks up there and just, you know, some other issues as far as lot size. So I just wanted to bring it up to council and see if you guys would entertain the idea of maybe re-looking at that lot, or that plot of land up there. I think it was, right now, it was preliminary design for 10 lots behind the two that are existing. I guess just kind of going through what, you know, on our end, I feel like they're small for kind of what the vision was for up there. When those, and not that they, you know, the preliminary plot design was approved, but nothing that, like I said, is set in stone with that. But when that was kind of established up there, you know, it's kind of geared more towards a higher end, with the park being there, a bigger lot, higher end houses being up there. I guess it's my feeling that, you know, with that being said, I feel like for what kind of the city is kind of wanting for up there, I feel like they're on the smaller end. And I know I've kind of heard some feedback on Harvest Heights that maybe those are kind of the same way. You know, some people have kind of said they're kind of on the smaller end as far as lot sizes go. So I just don't want to see the city get you know, tied into anything up there to where, you know, we're kind of repeating, you know, the same thing again. So I guess that's why I wanted to bring it back up. I did talk to, Cheryl and I both talked to Mark. He said there really would be there would be a little bit of extra cost. They'd have to reset a couple pins up there basically for the already existing lots. But he said, since nothing is really set in stone with those other lots behind the two, he said there's really not much cost there, extra cost there to the city to have those, you know, kind of looked at and see about maybe making them a little bit bigger. So, like I said, I wanted to bring it up to council and kind of get everybody's feeling if that was something they would entertain, or if it's not, I guess, you know, kind of looking for a little feedback on what route everybody's thinking. So,
We don't have any cost in him doing it, because I think we went from, let's say 12 now, we started out with like 14 and dropped it, you know. He had that plotted out.
right.
But that's not official plot at all.
It's not, because that hasn't been sent to the county. Yeah, we kind of approved it, but nothing's been surveyed out up there. There's no other pins up there except for those.
But we'd have to have him draw it out again, though.
Yeah.
That service again.
Yeah. The way Mark said, you know, it would be minimal to have them read.
Yeah. And the
So,
road continues.
I think that was our discussion though anyways, wasn't it, to have up there, to have a little bit bigger lots than Harvest Heights? I thought that was kind of our discussion.
It was.
And that's where we got to the price of the lot we bought.
Right.
You know, it was a little bit more money than Harvest Heights, just because it was a bigger lot, right?
Yeah.
And I agree, I get you want more lots in some more houses, but if you got someone that wants a bigger lot, you know, we already have plenty of lots that need to be sold. I guess I'm not against making those a little bit bigger, so that one's a little bit more room, or build a bigger house, you know, a nicer house or bigger house.
Yeah, and I guess just coming from a standpoint of, you know, kind of having a background in kind of the housing field, you know, the ones that want to put up a bigger house aren't gonna wanna fill their entire lot with their house. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna want still some kind of yard space there too. So that's where, and it's hard to know, because I, you know, thought the same thing, looking at it on paper when we first approved it, you know, oh yeah, those look good. But until you actually, you know, it's kind of the same deal at Harvest for sites, until you set an actual house on the lot, it's really hard to gauge, you know. Yeah, you got your dimensions and all that stuff there and your square feet, but until you actually see something physically on the lot, you know, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around it, so. Like I said, I just wanted to bring it up, and see if council would entertain that idea. You know, could go
Well, if
down.
we're gonna market it to sell these, we probably should make a decision on these, right? You know, if someone comes to the city and wants, hey, are we gonna do anything with the lots, they would almost have to know, right? Or,
Well, then we gotta come to the funding for the street at that point too then.
well, that's
Right.
right, we were hoping with the, sell the 2 lots to help
Right.
a little
pay
bit.
for the-
So it's either, you know, I was thinking it's either, you know, we can maybe resize those lots, or if council would be open to selling, you know, keeping them at 10 lots up there, you know, 12 total with the front 2, you know, but maybe be open to selling 2 lots, you know, not necessarily have to build on, you know, every lot, you know, if that would be an option too. Because then you're still getting money for another lot, you know, versus, you know, shrinking the number down and increasing the size, so.
I'd rather look at doing something different, 'cause as far as sizing the lots, because if you do that, then what are we setting for a standard with all the other stuff? And then you lose all that, then you lose all that revenue for your utilities.
Right.
And that's, you know, we need that revenue for utilities.
Yeah, I agree, I think resizing the lot.
I'm for resizing lots and make them bigger and maybe losing a couple, just to kind of make them a little bit bigger, make them a little bit more attractive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm to the point I would entertain that, I guess.
You talking about Explorer and Harvest Heights also, or just?
No, we're set up there.
That's what I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that's all. That would be a
huge.
That would
number.
be,
That would be a
right,
disaster.
Yeah. And that's the only reason, you know, like I said, I'm bringing it up is because those are not set up there. It was just a preliminary design. Yeah, we approved it, but, you know, it's not recorded with the county or anything. Just those.
So we have a little bit of flexibility there.
Yeah, just those first 2 lots.
I'd entertain, I guess I'd wanna know the cost to redo it.
Yeah.
You know, and then obviously we want to, the price would have to go accordingly then to the lots we're losing. You know, price the lot accordingly, you know, so, but I'm definitely open to it, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I can get with Mark, or Cheryl can get with Mark, and maybe he can get us some more information on the exact cost of what it would cost to do that. But I didn't wanna go that direction without talking to council first and just making sure everybody was good with that before we kind of go down that road, so. I know Mark did tell me, if we shrunk it down, so there's 10 back there now, if we shrunk it down to 8, he said it would add about another 30 feet onto the existing 2 lots there. If we went down to 6 and double that, so it'd be, you know, adding 60 feet to the west, so just for kind of a reference. But he hasn't really done a whole lot of legwork with it either, so just kind of rough estimating with it, so.
When's the next time Mark gonna be down for something? Maybe next time he's down, can you just kind of comment on that, or?
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
sure.
assuming
We've
when
got-
When the street, when the street project starts. Have we heard anything on that when that's supposed to start?
I thought mid-June.
Yeah, that was kind of latest I
Latest,
heard
yeah.
was June. With everything getting
Well, that'll be here before you know it.
kind of pushed back. So I would assume probably the next meeting or 2, he'll be down here.
If he wants to, when he's down here, not make a special trip, maybe if he wants to talk about it, or at least get us, I don't know, thinking about it, or what his thought is, or.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Okay, so let's jump to 14, set public hearing budget amendment for May 28th, 2024. Discuss and consider changing date of regular meeting to May 28th and approve setting public hearing for May 28th.
It's just because Monday is Memorial Day.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say something, so you don't want
Just
So
pushing it
that's
to
why.
Tuesday.
Make it Tuesday, and she said just in case we needed it, she's not sure yet.
Okay. public hearing budget amendment for May 28th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to set a public hearing for May 28th and change the date of the regular meeting to May 28th.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Matt Girardi,
Yep.
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
J.T. Thompson,
Yes.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
Dylan Meyer.
Yes. Okay, 15, other business. Storm sewer update.
She said, I think Cundies are a go-ahead with that.
Okay, so that is that down there.
Down
Okay,
there.
yeah, and I reached out to Eric last week too, and he said, yeah, he got with Cundy and told him, gave him the go-ahead, so he was gonna get the tube ordered, so.
We have another section, in front of Isabel Johnson's house. She sent us, came in and showed us pictures.
Did you?
Yep,
From
I
the
just
last
talked to her.
heavy rainstorm, and we're gonna have Eric take a look at that, so it might be another area that needs looked at.
Yeah, and that's an issue, that's an ongoing issue, we've been struggling with that.
Well, the water's there, and then when the water runs down, it makes the,
It washes it out.
washes it out, and they mow it, it's technically city property. but-
It builds up on the street too, so we gotta put a bigger tube in, so the sidewalk's kinda collapsed, so we gotta put a bigger tube in underneath there. Repair the sidewalk above it, which is not bad.
How
But
much
that-
of a
huh?
tube, how much of a tube would it take?
Oh, I'd have to go look and what's there again. I don't know if it's a 4 or 6 inch, you have to go to a 10 or 12 probably.
How long?
Oh,
Not-
6 feet.
Just something to get underneath the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we need to discuss too, because the more, the bigger tube you go to allow water to go through it quicker and faster, is gonna erode it that much faster too. So, it's gonna fix building up on the street, it's gonna get rid of water, but it's gonna make it worse as far as washing the ditch out. So then we need to talk about, I'll call it a French drain or something, do you put, an erosion stone, a 4, 6, 8 inch size material down through there, kinda if you look like by the pond, that's big riprap, nothing like that, but it'd be that same type of thing with smaller stone, that the water will wash through it, kinda bleed through it, and go down and not wash out. So there's pros and cons of that too. You can eliminate the eroding, the ditch, let's say, but now you have bigger material that can get kicked into the yard, things like that, so, cause to tube it all the way down really isn't possible, you can't, there's no way to get rid of it at the bottom, not quite that easy.
Yeah, I know something needs to be done there.
For sure, and Isabel's brought it up several times to us, so.
Let's at least address it, I think.
Yeah, and then that might be one if we get Mark down here too, we want Mark to stop and
Yeah.
take a peek at it, I think that's, we need an engineer to give us an idea on that, yeah.
Mhm.
We've all looked at it several times and it's not quite that easy.
Yeah, you just, like you said, solve one problem, it's
And
gonna,
you
Right.
create a bigger one on the other end.
yeah,
Yeah.
how to slow that water down, that's, I don't know.
Yes, you better slow the water goes down, the less it's gonna erode, but then it's just backing up.
It's backing up in the street.
Yeah, so, we go in there and we throw a bigger tube in there, and then we're really gonna have a problem downstream. So I think we need Mark's opinion on some ideas, bring us some solutions, some options, And how did, they blew out that tube by the old, depot back there, did that solve the issue?
I don't know for sure.
Last I
I
talked
know
to
they
Eric,
got a lot of stuff on it.
yeah, they were able to get through it.
But did it solve the problem?
Then he was wanting to dig that ditch out too, and he said they would try it with their bucket tractor,
Yeah,
and he said, if it works, great, if not, he said he'd have Cundy just come in with it.
so that's the second part of it, that is we'll dig it out, we'll dig the ditch, clean the ditch out so the water can go better.
Yeah.
So he's doing that soon too.
That was the latest from Eric, yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
they've tried it yet, or I
I
haven't
think
gotten
the guy
updates.
was just here late last.
Yeah, it was
week.
last week, yeah.
Late, yeah, like Thursday or Friday, I think.
Yeah. But there again, it's just not a lot of places for
There's
that
no
water
fall.
to go.
Yeah, there's
just
not,
no
there's probably any fall back there, it's pretty challenging,
Yeah, it's
That's,
just, it's trying to make the best.
pretty
of it.
flat.
Real fun.
Yeah, for what we have, I'm just trying to make the best of it, so.
Well, it's not a nice, easy train, everything's gotta pull it down.
Right. Okay, so that's the latest
I
with
think
that.
that would definitely move in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah, and, yeah, Eric can update you too, I guess, when they get that done down there, and hopefully that solves that issue for the time being at least, you know, until something more permanent can be done, so. Okay, and then the last thing is WPPI, City of Preston High School Scholarship Awards, so, congratulations to Cheyenne Bowling, Janessa Johnson, and Sienna Olson, for being awarded, the Public Power High School Scholarship Award, so congratulations to them.
That's
and,
awesome.
I guess, would you guys reach out to them?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah, they each got $500.
Yes, yep. Yeah, that's
I'll just
awesome.
put it in the house, these kids come to the house.
Hang it on the fridge, see if they say.
Oh, well.
Okay, so that's all I got,
What about over here, the old coffee shop, the old town hall? Where do we stand with that as far as getting that
yeah.
back up?
Talked to Cheryl last week, she was gonna get something on Facebook, I don't know that it's happened yet, but,
Oh, the incubator.
Incubator, I couldn't think of the word, yeah.
yeah,
That's been a couple or month or so, let's try to get it advertised again.
yeah, we'll get
See
it
what interest,
advertised.
it's a perfect time of year to do it again.
Yep, let people know it's available.
Yep.
Yeah, so for anybody that's watching, yeah, it is, you know, anybody that's looking to start up a business, it's the perfect spot to do that. First year is rent-free.
We had 2 in there, or 3? 2?
Two for sure. Might just be two.
Yeah, two.
Was it just 2?
And they've both gone on to, so, you know.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's a good project. So, yeah, so we'll be getting something out on social media about that. That's really
Perfect.
okay. Tracy, got anything?
Any updates on the senior housing up at West Side?
I think the guys said there were some new stakes up there last week.
Yeah, I saw some stakes.
But we haven't seen a building permit come through yet.
Just keep reaching out to me. Okay, anybody else have anything? Chad, you got anything? No, everything's great? Yep. Okay, perfect. I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And roll call, please.
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yeah.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
J.T. Thompson,
Yes.